Welcome back to the channel where we explore the most valuable coins in circulation. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of the Washington Quarter, specifically the 1960 no-mint mark Washington Quarter. And yes, you heard that right, this little silver quarter can be worth millions of dollars. If you've got one in your collection, this might just be your lucky day. Before we get started, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss out on learning about high-value coins that could be sitting right in your pocket. Let's get into it. The Washington Quarter was first introduced in 1932, designed by sculptor John Flanagan to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington. This quarter remained largely unchanged for decades, but the 1960 quarter has some features that make it incredibly special, especially if it has no mint mark. Now, let's break down why these coins, despite being so common at first glance, are potentially worth millions. First up, the 1960 Washington Quarter with no mint mark was minted in Philadelphia. Most quarters from this year will have the typical characteristics: 90% silver content and a familiar design. But some of them have significant errors, making them highly sought after by collectors. The lack of a mint mark means it was produced in Philadelphia, which itself isn't unusual. What's key here is finding the rare variations or minting errors that occurred on some of these coins. 1960 was one of the last years the U.S. Mint produced quarters made primarily of silver. These quarters contain 90% silver, which already gives them intrinsic value based on silver prices. As of now, even in circulated condition, a typical 1960 quarter can be worth several times its face value just because of the silver content, but for rare, error-free, or high-grade versions, this is just the beginning. Now, this is where things get really interesting. Some of the 1960 Washington quarters have rare minting errors. These errors can include double dies, planchet errors, or misalignments. Any coin with these types of mistakes can fetch a high premium from collectors, with prices sometimes reaching millions in top-tier conditions. These errors are incredibly rare, but when found, they can catapult the coin's value into the stratosphere. One famous error to look out for is the doubled die obverse, where the lettering or design elements appear doubled due to a minting mistake. Coins like this in uncirculated condition could easily fetch six figures or more, but the most pristine examples are those that can break the $1 million mark. Another major factor in determining the value of a 1960 Washington quarter is its condition. Collectors and numismatists use a grading scale from 1 to 70, known as the Sheldon scale, to assess the coin's condition. A coin in good condition might fetch $10 to $20 due to its silver content, but a mint-state coin graded MS65 or higher can be worth hundreds of thousands, if not millions, especially if it's free from wear and tear and has sharp details. Even a small scratch or wear on the surface can dramatically lower the value, so collectors are always looking for coins that have been well preserved. That's why it's always worth having your coin professionally graded if you suspect it might be valuable. Speaking of high value, let's talk auctions. Some 1960 no-mint mark Washington quarters have reached record-breaking prices. In recent years, auctions have seen bids skyrocket into the millions for these rare coins, especially those in exceptional condition. Serious collectors are always looking to add these historical pieces to their collections, and they're willing to pay top dollar for them. So, how do you know if you've got one of these valuable coins? First, check for the absence of a mint mark on the reverse side, under the eagle's tail. If your coin is in good shape, it's worth checking for any errors, like doubling in the text or design. Finally, if the coin looks pristine, consider having it professionally graded by services like PCGS or NGC. A small investment in grading can yield a huge payoff if your coin turns out to be one of the rare gems worth millions. The 1960 no-mint mark Washington quarter is more than just pocket change, it could be a life-changing discovery. With its silver content, potential minting errors, and value in pristine condition, this coin has become a hot item in the numismatic world. So, if you've got a jar of old coins lying around, take a closer look, you might just find a treasure worth millions. That's it for today's video, folks. If you enjoyed this and found it helpful, give it a thumbs up and share it with your fellow coin collectors. Drop a comment below if you have any 1960 Washington quarters or if you found any cool errors on your coins. I'd love to hear about your discoveries. As always, subscribe for more coin collecting tips, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching, and remember, sometimes the smallest coins hold the biggest fortunes. we have a special treat for you. We're diving into one of the most iconic coins in U.S. history, the 1961 no-mint mark Washington quarter. And guess what? Some of these coins are worth a small fortune, we're talking millions of dollars. So, let's take a closer look at why this simple quarter could be your next big discovery. Now, before you start frantically searching through your coin jar, there are a few key things you need to know about the 1961 Washington quarter that makes it so valuable. And yes, you heard me right, these coins, when in pristine condition, can fetch prices in the millions at auction. But what makes this coin so special? Let's break it down. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to honor the 200th birthday of the first U.S. president, George Washington. It quickly became a staple of American currency, and by 1961, it was in regular circulation. Coins minted before 1965, including the 1961 quarter, were composed of 90% silver and 10% copper, which already gives them an intrinsic value due to the precious metal content. But that's just the beginning. The 1961 quarter, specifically the ones without a mint mark, are highly sought after by collectors. A no-mint mark simply means the coin was minted in Philadelphia. While many of these were produced, certain factors can drive up the value of this coin, especially in higher grades. So, why are some of these 1961 no-mint mark quarters worth so much? The secret lies in their condition. A coin's value is greatly determined by its grade. In numismatics, the Sheldon scale is used to grade coins from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect, mint condition coin. It's those near-perfect or perfectly graded coins that can fetch astronomical prices. Imagine finding a 1961 Washington quarter in your collection that is nearly flawless, untouched by circulation, and has been preserved in such a way that it still has its original mint luster. These high-grade coins can sell for tens of thousands of dollars at auctions. But the real game changer is if the coin is graded as MS67, MS68, or even higher. The rarity of finding a 1961 quarter in such pristine condition is why collectors are willing to pay millions for it. One such example is a 1961 no-mint mark quarter that was graded MS68. This coin was so rare and in such impeccable condition that it sold for a jaw-dropping amount, nearly $2 million at auction. Now, you might be wondering, do I have a rare 1961 Washington quarter? Well, here's how to find out. First, examine the coin for its overall condition. Are there any scratches, dings, or signs of wear? A circulated coin will show signs of handling, while an uncirculated one should appear crisp and shiny. Pay close attention to the details on Washington's face, the eagle on the reverse side, and the rim of the coin. If the details are sharp and there's no visible wear, you may have an uncirculated coin, which significantly increases its value. However, to truly understand the value of your coin, you'll want to have it professionally graded by a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC. Several factors influence the value of a 1961 Washington quarter. Besides the grade, things like toning, the color the coin has developed over time, can also affect its price. Some collectors pay a premium for coins with natural, attractive toning, while others prefer bright, untuned examples. Another factor is the strike quality. Coins that were struck with greater force and exhibit clearer details are often worth more. And of course, rarity plays a huge role. While millions of 1961 quarters were minted, only a handful exist in near-perfect condition. If you think you found a valuable 1961 quarter, the next step is to get it graded and authenticated. Once you have a professional grade, you can sell your coin through an auction house, a private sale, or online platforms dedicated to coin collectors. Be sure to do your research before selling. Some auctions may charge higher fees, while others specialize in high-end coins and can attract serious bidders willing to pay top dollar. So, there you have it. The 1961 no-mint mark Washington quarter is not just an ordinary piece of change, it could be worth millions. If you're lucky enough to have one in pristine condition, you might just be sitting on a small fortune. Who knew that something as small as a quarter could hold so much value? Be sure to check your collection, and let me know in the comments if you found any valuable coins. And as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more coin collecting tips and market updates. Who knows? The next coin in your collection could be worth millions. I'm going to tell you about a 1962 Washington quarter that has recently made waves in the coin collecting world, with some even fetching millions of dollars at auction. That's right, a simple quarter turning into a fortune. Let's dive into the story of the 1962 no-mint Mark Washington quarter and why it's catching so much attention from collectors around the globe. Before we get into the specifics of the 1962 no-mint Mark Washington quarter, let's take a quick look at the history of this coin. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The coin features a profile of Washington on the obverse, designed by sculptor John Flanagan, and an eagle on the reverse. The Washington quarter was minted with 90% silver content up until 1964, after which the composition was changed to a copper-nickel blend due to the rising cost of silver. Quarters minted during these silver years are already valuable to collectors, but some unique traits of the 1962 no-mint Mark Washington quarter have skyrocketed its value. Now, let's talk about the 1962 Washington quarter with no mint mark. Quarters from this year without a mint mark were minted in Philadelphia. Normally, these coins would be quite common, but certain examples of the 1962 quarter are incredibly valuable. So, what makes them special? First off, the lack of a mint mark in itself is not rare. Philadelphia quarters from this era typically did not bear a mint mark. However, the true value lies in the quality of the coin and, in some cases, errors that have made these coins extraordinary. The most valuable examples are typically in pristine condition, graded at the top of the scale by professional coin grading services, such as MS-67 or higher. These top-graded coins are rare, but when combined with specific errors or other unique characteristics, their value skyrockets. One of the reasons the 1962 no-mint Mark Washington quarter is fetching millions is due to rare errors. These errors could include things like double dies, where the design appears doubled, or off-center strikes, where the coin was not properly aligned during the minting process. One such example is the 1962 double die obverse (DDO) error, which is highly sought after by collectors. This error occurs when the coin is struck twice, causing the design on the obverse, the side with Washington's portrait, to appear doubled. These errors are incredibly rare, and when combined with a high-grade coin, they can reach astronomical values at auction. You're probably wondering, how much can one of these 1962 no-mint Mark Washington quarters actually sell for? Well, get ready for this. Top-graded examples of this quarter have sold for up to $2 million at auction. One particular coin, with a flawless finish and a rare error, shattered previous records, leaving both coin collectors and auction houses in awe. Coins in pristine condition, often graded by services like PCGS or NGC, are the ones fetching these mind-blowing prices. Even without a rare error, a well-preserved 1962 quarter with no mint mark can sell for thousands of dollars due to its silver content and historical significance. Now, you might be thinking, do I have one of these valuable quarters sitting in my collection? Well, let me show you how you can identify whether your 1962 no-mint Mark Washington quarter could be worth a fortune. First, inspect the coin's condition. Does it have any wear and tear? Coins in pristine, uncirculated condition are what command the highest prices. Next, check for any signs of mint errors, like doubling or an off-center strike. You can use a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe to spot these details. Finally, if you think your coin might be valuable, consider sending it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC to get an official grade. So, there you have it. The 1962 no-mint Mark Washington quarter is not just any old coin, it could be a treasure worth millions of dollars. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, it's always worth taking a closer look at the coins in your possession. Who knows? You might be sitting on a small fortune. Thanks for joining me today. If you like this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more coin collecting tips, and leave a comment below. Have you ever come across a valuable coin in your collection? Let us know. We've got something that could blow your mind. We're talking about the 1963 no-mint Mark Washington quarter dollar. Believe it or not, this coin could be worth, wait for it, millions of dollars. That's right, millions. So grab your collection and start digging through your change, because one of these bad boys could be hiding in your piggy bank or tucked away in your grandparents' drawer, waiting to change your life. Before we get into why the 1963 no-mint Mark Washington quarter is so valuable, let's take a quick trip down memory lane. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to honor the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. It's been a staple of U.S. currency ever since. From 1932 until 1963, these quarters were made of 90% silver and 10% copper. That means all quarters minted during this time have intrinsic value due to their silver content. However, for the 1963 no-mint Mark quarter, there's more to it than just the silver. So, what makes the 1963 no-mint Mark Washington quarter stand out? Well, the answer lies in rarity and condition. Not every 1963 quarter is worth millions, but those that are in pristine, uncirculated condition, also known as MS67 or higher, are what can fetch those jaw-dropping prices at auctions. Grading coins is key here. A coin in MS67 condition means it's virtually flawless, no scratches, no wear, nothing. These coins were struck perfectly at the US Mint and somehow managed to avoid all the wear and tear of circulation. You may be wondering, what does no mint mark mean? Well, Washington quarters minted in Philadelphia before 1980 didn't have a mint mark. This is what we call the no-mint mark coin. Now, you might find it and think it looks ordinary, but the 1963 no-mint mark quarter in top-notch condition has become a unicorn in the coin collecting world. These coins are extremely rare in the highest grades of preservation. Alright, now let's talk about the money, the real reason you're here. How could a coin that was once worth only 25 cents be worth millions today? Well, it all comes down to recent auction sales. In recent years, collectors have been going crazy over Washington quarters, especially ones from the early 1960s that are in near-perfect condition. One 1963 no-mint Mark Washington quarter in MS67 condition sold at auction for an eye-watering amount, over $1.2 million, can you believe it? That's the kind of cash that could change your life forever. Imagine, a quarter that's been lying around in someone's drawer for decades, now worth millions. So, you might be asking yourself, how can I tell if my 1963 no-mint Mark Washington quarter is worth millions? Well, here's what you need to do. First, check if your quarter has no mint mark, that's the easy part. Second, examine the condition. If it looks like it's in great shape, no scratches, no discoloration, it might be worth something. The best way to be sure is to send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll grade your coin and give you an official certification. Once it's graded, you'll have a much better idea of what your quarter could be worth. And who knows? You could be sitting on a fortune. Now, if you do have a valuable coin or think you might, it's super important to store it properly. You don't want that rare gem to get scratched or damaged, right? Always handle valuable coins by the edges, and keep them in protective holders. Never clean your coins, cleaning can damage them and reduce their value. Well folks, there you have it, the story of the 1963 no-mint Mark Washington quarter that could be worth millions. If you've got a 1963 quarter sitting around, don't wait. Check it out, get it graded, and who knows, you could be the next person to strike it rich with a tiny 25-cent coin. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any of our future videos on valuable coins. Also, drop a comment below, have you ever found a rare coin in your collection? We'd love to hear your story. That's your full script. It's designed to engage viewers, educate them about the value of the 1963 no-mint Mark Washington quarter, and keep them interested throughout the video. We're diving deep into the world of Washington quarters. Specifically, we're focusing on one coin that has made headlines for its jaw-dropping market value. That's right, we're talking about the legendary 1964 no-mint Mark Washington quarter, which is now worth millions of dollars. So, what makes this ordinary-looking quarter so special? What details should you be looking for, and why is it fetching such incredible prices at auctions? Stick around as we crack the code behind this 1964 Washington quarter and what makes it worth its weight in gold, quite literally. Before we jump into the high value, let's start with a little background. The Washington quarter was introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington. Since then, it became a staple in American currency. Now, 1964 marked the final year quarters were made with 90% silver, which is where our story begins. By 1965, the U.S. Mint switched to a copper-nickel blend, but that 1964 quarter retained its silver content. Because of its high silver composition, even average condition 1964 quarters are already worth more than their face value, thanks to the rising price of silver. But this specific 1964 quarter without a mint mark is extremely special. But why, you ask? Well, it's more than just the silver. There are some rare varieties and high-quality versions that have turned this coin into a collector's dream. Now, let's break down the no mint mark part of this 1964 Washington quarter. In 1964, quarters were minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Coins minted in Denver have a small D mint mark on the reverse side, while San Francisco quarters have an S. But quarters from Philadelphia in 1964 were struck without any mint mark. So, if you come across a 1964 quarter with no mint mark, it was minted in Philadelphia. But here's the catch: not all no mint mark quarters are worth millions. The condition of the coin plays a big role. A rare few, particularly those in mint state or uncirculated condition, are highly valuable. And some exceptional error coins, which we'll get to in a bit, can really drive up the price. Alright, so how do you know if you have a high-value 1964 Washington quarter? First, you need to understand coin grading. The higher the grade, meaning the better condition the coin is in, the more valuable it becomes. A quarter in mint state condition can sell for thousands, but the real jackpot comes with the rare ones that are graded MS67 or higher. MS67 means the coin looks almost flawless, with only the tiniest imperfections visible under magnification. Even more remarkable are error coins, where something went wrong during the minting process. Some 1964 quarters feature double die errors or striking errors that can multiply their value tenfold. These errors are super rare and can send collectors into a frenzy. A coin like this could easily fetch hundreds of thousands or even millions at auction. Now, let's talk numbers. While the average 1964 Washington quarter with no mint mark can be worth a few bucks for its silver content, the truly exceptional ones, the ones in top-tier condition or with unique errors, can sell for astronomical prices. In fact, at a recent auction, a 1964 no mint mark Washington quarter sold for over $1.5 million. Imagine that. A simple quarter that you could have in your change could be worth $1 million if it's in the right condition and has the right errors. These coins have become prized collectibles, not just for their silver content, but for their rarity, history, and pristine condition. So, if you're lucky enough to stumble across a 1964 no mint mark Washington quarter in excellent condition, you could be holding a small fortune. So, how can you check if your 1964 quarter is one of these rare, high-value coins? First, take a look at its overall condition. Does it have scratches, wear, or damage? Next, you'll want to examine it for minting errors like doubling on the numbers, letters, or images. And finally, consider having it graded by a professional coin grading service, especially if it's in excellent condition. Grading services like PCGS or NGC can authenticate your coin and give it an official grade, which can dramatically increase its market value. Plus, they'll catch any errors that may go unnoticed to the untrained eye. So, the next time you're going through your spare change or digging through an old coin jar, keep an eye out for that shiny 1964 no mint mark Washington quarter. You never know, you might just stumble across a coin worth $1 million. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more coin collecting tips and discoveries. And if you found something interesting in your collection, let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear your stories. We're talking about a coin that most people would think is just pocket change, but in the world of rare coins, the 1965 Washington quarter without a mint mark is creating waves, selling for millions at auctions. Before we dive into why this coin could be worth millions, let's rewind and talk a little history about the Washington quarter. The U.S. Mint started producing the Washington quarter in 1932 to honor the 200th birthday of George Washington. The design became so iconic, it's still in circulation today, over 90 years later, but something unique happened in 1965. The U.S. Mint made a crucial change. Due to a national silver shortage, quarters were no longer made from 90% silver, but were switched to a copper-nickel composition, which is what you'll find in most quarters today. This shift in materials brought a lot of attention to the 1965 quarter, and collectors began paying close attention to errors and oddities that occurred during this transitional year. You might be wondering, what's the deal with no mint mark on the 1965 quarter? Well, in 1965, the U.S. Mint didn't use any mint marks on quarters produced in Philadelphia, but that's not the reason this coin is so valuable. The real value lies in rare errors and anomalies found in some 1965 quarters. Some of these coins have been discovered to have been struck on silver planchettes, leftover silver blanks from the pre-1965 quarters. That's right, even though the mint switched to copper nickel, some 1965 quarters were accidentally minted on silver, making them incredibly rare. These quarters are distinguishable by their weight. A standard copper nickel quarter weighs about 5.67 grams, but the rare silver versions weigh closer to 6.25 grams. That tiny difference makes a huge difference in value. Now, let's talk about why these rare 1965 silver quarters are fetching millions at auction. In the coin collecting world, errors and anomalies like the 1965 quarter on a silver planchet are incredibly sought after. Coins like this can reach insane prices because they are considered one-of-a-kind treasures. They combine historical significance, rarity, and curiosity, a trifecta for high value. For example, some of these rare 1965 quarters have sold for upwards of $7,000, $10,000, and even higher. In some exceptional cases, certain high-quality examples have been speculated to be worth millions due to their extreme rarity and pristine condition. So, how can you tell if the 1965 quarter in your pocket is worth millions? Well, there are a few key steps you need to follow. First, check the weight off your quarter. A regular copper nickel quarter weighs 5.67 grams. If your 1965 quarter is heavier, around 6.25 grams, you may be holding a silver planchet error. Next, inspect the coin's edge. A regular 1965 quarter will show a distinct copper-colored lineage on its edge, but if the coin is struck on a silver planchet, the edge will look silver throughout. If your quarter passes these tests, you may have found yourself an ultra-rare piece of American history that could be worth a small fortune. If you think you've struck gold, or rather, silver, here's what to do next. First, don't try to sell the coin yourself on eBay or Craigslist. You want to get it professionally graded by a reputable service like PCGS or NGC. They'll give your coin an official rating, which can significantly increase its value. Once your coin is graded, you can then explore selling it at a major auction house, where collectors are willing to pay top dollar for unique finds like this. So, the next time you come across a 1965 Washington quarter in your pocket, make sure to take a closer look. It might just be your ticket to $1 million payday. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed learning about the incredible value of rare coins like the 1965 Washington quarter, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more coin collecting tips, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another video. You can replace this text with any text you wish. You can either write in this text box or paste your own text here. Try different languages and voices. Change the speed and the pitch of the voice. You can even tweak. Did you know that a simple quarter could be worth a fortune? That's right, coin collectors are going crazy over the 1966 no mint mark Washington quarter, and some of these rare coins have sold for an eye-popping amount in the market, up to millions of dollars. Stay tuned, because in today's video, we're diving into the fascinating history, rarity, and value of this iconic coin. Could you have one of these hidden treasures lying around? Let's find out. First, let's talk about the 1966 Washington quarter itself. It's part of the series of quarters that featured the portrait of George Washington, designed by sculptor John Flanagan. This iconic design has been in circulation since 1932, but 1966 marks a very special year for collectors. In 1965, the U.S. Mint made a significant change to the composition of the Washington quarter. Due to a national silver shortage, the Mint removed silver from quarters, and from 1965 onwards, Washington quarters were composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel. But what makes the 1966 quarter particularly valuable isn't just the metal composition, it's the absence of a mint mark. Now, you might be wondering, what's the deal with the no mint mark? The mint mark on a coin tells you which U.S. Mint facility produced it. In 1966, none of the coins produced bore a mint mark. This was done to discourage coin hoarding during a time when people were collecting silver coins. So, even though all 1966 quarters were minted without a mint mark, it's the condition, rarity, and unique errors that make some of these coins worth so much more. Let's talk about conditionanthus as one of the biggest factors in determining a coin's value. Coins are graded on a scale from poor to mint state 70. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. For example, a well-preserved, mint state 66 or higher 1966 Washington quarter could sell for thousands, even millions if it's an error coin. Now, here's where things get even more exciting. Some 1966 Washington quarters have been found with minting errors, and these error coins can be worth a small fortune. Errors like doubled dies, off-center strikes, or planchet issues can send the value of a coin skyrocketing. Coin collectors are always on the lookout for these rarities, and some have sold for jaw-dropping amounts in auctions. To give you an idea of just how valuable these coins can be, let's look at some recent auction sales. A 1966 Washington quarter in exceptional condition, with a major minting error, sold for over $7,000. But there are even rarer cases where similar coins have reached six-figure prices in prestigious auctions. And who knows? With the right collector, a unique error coin could sell for even more, possibly reaching millions of dollars in value. So, how can you tell if your 1966 Washington quarter is worth a fortune? First, take a good look at the condition of the coin. If it's in uncirculated condition, meaning it hasn't been used much and still looks shiny and new, it could already be valuable. Next, check for any signs of errors. This includes doubled letters or numbers, misaligned strikes, or anything unusual in the design. If you think you've got a rare 1966 quarter, the next step is to have it professionally graded by a reputable grading service. Like these experts will evaluate the coin and assign it a grade, which can dramatically increase its market value. After that, you can either hold on to it as a collector's item or sell it at a major auction, where coin collectors are always on the lookout for rare treasures like these. Who would have thought that a simple quarter from 1966 could be worth millions of dollars? If you're lucky enough to find one of these rare gems in your collection, you could be sitting on a potential gold mine. So, the next time you come across a 1966 Washington quarter, take a closer look. You just might have $1 million coin in your hands. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button for more fascinating coin discoveries and tips on how to find valuable coins in your collection. Also, leave a comment down below. Do you have any rare coins you're curious about? We'd love to hear your stories. See you next time. And SSML, speech synthesis markup language, to control how the different sections of the text sound. Click on SSML above. We're diving into a coin that might surprise you, the 1967 no mint mark Washington quarter. Believe it or not, some of these coins have been sold for staggering amounts, reaching millions of dollars in rare cases. Yes, you heard that right, millions. So, what makes this coin so valuable? Stick around as we uncover the secrets behind the 1967 Washington quarter. Before we talk about the value, let's understand the history behind the 1967 Washington quarter. 1967 was an important year in the history of U.S. coinage. It was a time of change, both in the economy and the minting process. Following a silver shortage in the early 1960s, the U.S. Mint decided to move away from silver coins. In 1965, quarters made from 90% silver were replaced with the now common copper-nickel composition. This was a major shift that set the stage for coins like the 1967 Washington quarter. An important detail: due to the Coinage Act of 1965, the U.S. Mint decided to stop putting mint marks on coins from 1965 to 1967. That means you won't see a mint mark on the 1967 Washington quarter, even if it was minted in Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. This was done to prevent hoarding of coins during the switch from silver to copper-nickel. So, you're probably asking, what makes the 1967 Washington quarter worth millions? While the majority of 1967 Washington quarters are still worth only 25 cents, a select few have sold for incredible prices due to their rarity, condition, and unique characteristics. Here are the key factors that contribute to the astronomical value of certain 1967 quarters. One of the most crucial factors is the condition of the coin. Coins graded by the Professional Coin Grading Service or Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, as mint state, MS, 67 or higher can command a significant premium. This means the coin is in nearly perfect condition, showing no wear and possessing a lustrous shine. In fact, a 1967 Washington quarter in MS-67 or higher condition is extremely rare. A small number of these coins have fetched prices between $10,000 and $20,000 at auction, but there have been cases where unique high-grade examples sold for hundreds of thousands and even over $1 million. These sales often occur at specialized auctions where collectors are willing to pay a premium for rare, top-quality coins. Another reason for the high value of some 1967 quarters is the existence of rare errors. Error coins occur when something goes wrong during the minting process. Some examples of valuable errors include double dies, off-center strikes, and striking anomalies. If you happen to find a 1967 quarter with a major error, it could be worth a fortune. One of the most sought-after errors is the double die. This happens when the coin is struck more than once, causing elements like George Washington's face or the text to appear doubled. These error coins are highly prized by collectors and can sell for a substantial amount. Now, the big question: how can you tell if your 1967 quarter is worth millions? First and foremost, examine the condition of your coin. Look for coins with little to no wear and a bright, reflective surface. If your quarter looks pristine, you may have something valuable on your hands. As mentioned earlier, error coins are highly valuable. Use a magnifying glass to carefully inspect your quarter for doubling in the design, misaligned strikes, or other oddities. If you spot anything unusual, it might be worth getting the coin professionally graded. If you believe your 1967 quarter could be in excellent condition or have an error, it's a good idea to have it graded by a professional coin grading service. The PCGS or NGC can provide an official grade for your coin, which can dramatically increase its value if it's in top condition or has a rare error. To give you an idea of the incredible potential value, let's look at some notable sales of 1967 Washington quarters in specific year. A high-grade MS-67 example sold for over $18,800 at an auction. Another auction saw a rare error 1967 quarter fetch an astonishing $12,500, and while most high-value quarters sell in the thousands, the potential exists for even higher numbers, especially if an exceptionally rare or perfectly preserved coin is discovered. With coin collecting growing in popularity and the market for rare coins showing no signs of slowing down, the value of top-quality 1967 quarters may continue to rise in the coming years. As collectors search for the finest examples of this transitional coin, the demand and prices are likely to increase. So, if you happen to have a 1967 Washington quarter lying around, don't underestimate its value. Whether it's in great condition or has a rare error, your quarter could be worth a significant amount. Who knows, you could be holding onto $1 million coin without even realizing it. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel for more content about rare and valuable coins, and leave a comment below if you've ever found a valuable coin in your collection. Could you be sitting on a treasure worth millions without even knowing it? A simple quarter you might have in your pocket or coin jar could be valued at an unbelievable price. Today, we're talking about one of the most exciting finds in the world of coin collecting, the 1968 no-mint mark Washington quarter, a rare coin that has taken collectors by storm and skyrocketed in value to millions of dollars. So, what makes this particular coin so special? Stick around as we uncover its fascinating story, how to identify it, and why it's commanding such astronomical prices. First, let's dive into a bit of history. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1968 to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington, America's first president. The design features a left-facing portrait of Washington on the obverse side, and on the reverse, we see a majestic bald eagle with its wings spread, symbolizing strength and freedom. For decades, these coins were a staple in American currency, circulated widely, and used for everyday transactions. Minted in 3 different locations, the Philadelphia Mint, the Denver Mint and the San Francisco Mint, S-Mint mark, the Washington quarter has seen several changes over the years, from its composition to its design. However, what really makes certain coins stand out in the world of collectors is rarity and errors. Now, here's where things get exciting. The 1968 Washington quarter with no mint mark is a coin that has baffled and intrigued coin collectors for years. Typically, the mint mark is located on the reverse of the coin, just below the eagle. However, in the case of this rare version from 1968, there is no mint mark, which means it was minted in Philadelphia. Coins with no mint mark are not entirely unusual for quarters minted in Philadelphia prior to 1980, as the Philadelphia Mint did not use mint marks for quarters. But what sets the 1968 no-mint mark Washington quarter apart is its scarcity. Most quarters from this year were produced with mint marks from Denver or San Francisco, making this version a rare find in pristine condition. But how does a regular quarter become worth millions? Like many valuable coins, the 1968 no-mint mark Washington quarter owes its high value to its rarity, condition, and collector demand. In pristine, uncirculated condition, this quarter is incredibly hard to find. The combination of its rarity and high collector interest has pushed its value into the stratosphere, with some examples fetching staggering amounts at auctions. Some of the best preserved examples of this coin have been sold for eye-watering amounts, with certain auctions seeing prices rise well into the millions. That's right, a quarter worth millions of dollars. So, how can you tell if you have one of these valuable quarters sitting in your coin collection? Here are some quick tips. First, make sure the date on the quarter is 1968. That's essential. Next, flip the coin over and look just beneath the eagle's tail feathers. If there's no mint mark, that's a good sign. The value of the coin also depends on its condition. Coins that have not been heavily circulated, and that retain their original mint luster, are far more valuable. Look for a coin that is clean, crisp, and free of significant scratches or wear. Finally, if you think you have a valuable specimen, it's worth having it professionally graded by an organization like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC. Certification can significantly boost the value of your coin. Who knows? You might be holding on to a piece of history worth a fortune. So why do certain coins like the 1968 no-mint mark Washington quarter become so valuable? It all comes down to rarity, condition, and demand. The fewer there are, and the better condition they're in, the more collectors are willing to pay. In recent years, coin collecting has seen a resurgence in popularity, with collectors and investors flocking to acquire these rare gems. This has driven up the prices of rare coins, making them not just collectibles but also sound investments. And with coins like the 1968 Washington quarter reaching such extraordinary values, it's no wonder collectors are on the hunt. So, could you be the next lucky individual to discover a 1968 no-mint mark Washington quarter worth millions? It's certainly possible. Check your old coin jars, scour through those quarters you've set aside, and don't overlook what might seem like just another coin. A fortune could be hidden right under your nose. If you enjoyed learning about this incredible coin and want to see more rare coin stories, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a future treasure hunt. Who knows what other valuable finds are out there just waiting to be discovered? Thanks for watching, and happy hunting! Welcome back to ZK Coins, the place where we dive into the world of rare and valuable coins. If you're a collector or just someone fascinated by the incredible stories behind coins, you're in the right place. Today, we've got a special treat, a 2021 D. Jefferson nickel that could be worth a whopping $1.8 million. You heard that right, a nickel, just like the ones you might have in your pocket right now, is making waves in the coin collecting world with a staggering market value of $1.8 million. But what makes this particular coin so valuable? Let's break it down. The Jefferson nickel has been in circulation since 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. The design, featuring a portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the front and his famous Monticello home on the reverse, has been a staple in American currency for over 80 years. While most of these nickels are just worth their face value of 5 cents, certain mint years and conditions can boost their worth tremendously, especially when unique factors come into play, as with the 2021 D. So, what makes the 2021 D. Jefferson nickel so incredibly valuable? Well, it's not just one thing, it's a combination of rarity, condition, mint errors, and historical significance that skyrocketed its price. Let's dive deeper. The D Mint mark stands for the Denver Mint, where this specific coin was produced. While millions of 2021 D nickels were minted, not all coins are created equal. Some batches, like this one, have distinct features or errors that make them extremely rare. For instance, some of these coins had die errors, small imperfections made during the minting process. These errors can create tiny variations in the coin's design, and when collectors find a coin with such unique traits in perfect or nearly perfect condition, It's like finding a treasure. Mint errors are one of the biggest drivers of a coin's value. For the 2021 D. Jefferson nickel, experts have noted a few rare errors like die doubling on Jefferson's portrait or imperfections on the reverse side. These rare variations are like a fingerprint, unique to a small number of coins. And collectors go crazy for these types of errors. These mint errors might be hard to spot at first glance, but with the right tools and a trained eye, they can be the difference between a regular nickel and one worth millions. Another huge factor in determining a coin's value is its condition, or grade. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a flawless, mint-state coin. The 2021 D nickel we're talking about today has been graded MS70 by professional coin graders, meaning it's in perfect, pristine condition. Finding a 2021 D Jefferson nickel in this kind of condition is like finding a needle in a haystack. Even a small scratch or imperfection can drop the coin's grade and its value significantly. But an MS70 rating? That's the holy grail for collectors. So, why are people willing to pay $1.8 million for a nickel? It all comes down to supply and demand. There's a growing number of collectors out there, and they're always on the hunt for rare, high-grade coins. When a rare coin like this pops up, the bidding wars begin. With its unique mint errors, perfect condition, and limited availability, this 2021 D nickel checks all the boxes for what collectors are looking for, and that's why it's fetched such a mind-blowing price at auctions. Now, you're probably wondering, could I have one of these rare nickels sitting in my coin jar at home? Well, it's possible. Here's what you need to look for. First, check for the D mint mark under the date. Then, examine the coin closely for any unusual markings or imperfections. These could be signs of a valuable error. And, of course, the coin's overall condition matters. If you think you've got a rare one, consider having it graded by a professional. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, the world of coin collecting is full of excitement and surprises. The 2021 D Jefferson nickel is proof that even everyday coins can hold incredible value. Who knows? The next $1 million coin could be right in your pocket. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on more amazing stories about rare coins. Let me know in the comments if you've ever come across a valuable coin or if you're on the hunt for one. We're diving deep into one of the most unexpected coin discoveries, a 2006 B Jefferson nickel that's been sold for a jaw-dropping $1.7 million. You heard that right, this humble nickel could make you a millionaire. So, what makes this ordinary-looking coin worth such an extraordinary amount of money? Stick around, and let's explore. First things first, let's talk about the Jefferson nickel. Introduced in 1938, the Jefferson nickel has been a staple of U.S. currency for decades, featuring the likeness of Thomas Jefferson on the front and his iconic home, Monticello, on the reverse. In 2006, the U.S. Mint released a new series of Jefferson nickels, which showcased a fresh design to celebrate the westward journey of Lewis and Clark. The P Mint mark on the nickel stands for the Philadelphia Mint, where these coins were produced in massive quantities. But what makes this 2006 P nickel so special? How can something so common be worth a fortune? The answer lies in rare errors and perfect conditions. Coin collectors are always on the lookout for errors, mistakes made during the minting process that create one-of-a-kind coins. These errors can drastically boost the value of a coin. For the 2006 P Jefferson nickel, a rare minting error combined with an incredible preservation condition catapulted its value to an astounding $1.7 million. The most valuable 2006 P Jefferson nickel had a misstrike error. This means that during the minting process, the coin wasn't struck properly. But here's the kicker, not only was the error rare, but the coin itself was found in near-perfect condition, graded as MS68, which is almost flawless. Condition is everything in the world of coin collecting. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect coin. For the 2006 P Jefferson nickel, the lucky find was graded MS68 by the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS. This grading means it was nearly perfect, free of any significant marks, scratches, or wear. A coin with such a high grade is extremely rare, especially considering how many Jefferson nickels were produced in 2006. The combination of the mint error and this near-perfect grade made this coin one of a kind, increasing its market value to the extraordinary sum of $1.7 million. So, why is this 2006 P. Jefferson nickel worth $1.7 million? What makes collectors willing to spend such a fortune? Let's break it down. First, it's the rarity. Even though millions of Jefferson nickels were minted in 2006, this particular error is unique. Second, the grade. Coins graded MS68 are exceptionally rare, especially with minting errors. Finally, there's demand. High-end collectors are always searching for rare coins in perfect condition to add to their collections, and they're willing to pay top dollar. This combination of rarity, condition, and high demand created the perfect storm for this nickel to reach such an astronomical value. In 2023, this particular 2006 P. Jefferson nickel went up for auction. Collectors from around the world entered into a bidding war, and when the dust settled, one lucky bidder claimed this gem for a staggering $1.7 million. Imagine finding a nickel in your change and it turning out to be worth millions. Rare coins, especially those with errors and high grades, often hit these high price points at auction. If you think you have a valuable coin, it's worth getting it graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. Now, you might be wondering, how can I find a valuable nickel like this? Well, let me give you a few tips. First, always inspect your coins closely. Look for anything unusual, like off-center strikes, double dies, or other minting errors. Second, check for the condition. The fewer scratches and blemishes, the better. Finally, consider getting your coins professionally graded if you suspect you've got something special. You never know, you might have a fortune hiding in plain sight. So, there you have it, the incredible story of the 2006 P. Jefferson nickel that sold for a mind-blowing $1.7 million. Who knew that something as small as a nickel could be worth so much? If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on more amazing coin stories. We're diving deep into a fascinating topic in the world of coin collecting, specifically, the remarkable 2022 P. Mint Mark Jefferson nickel. You might be surprised to learn that this seemingly ordinary coin has garnered a staggering market value of up to $1.9 million. So, if you're a coin enthusiast, or even just curious about the hidden treasures in your pocket change, stick around as we uncover the story behind this incredible nickel. First, let's take a quick look at the history of the Jefferson nickel. Introduced in 1938, this coin was designed by Felix Schlag and features a portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello on the reverse. The nickel has undergone various design changes and minting practices over the years, but it's always remained a favorite among collectors. Show images of different Jefferson nickel designs over the years. So, what makes the 2022 P. Mint Mark Jefferson nickel so special? Unlike previous years, this coin features a unique design element and a low mintage that collectors are vying for. The P. Mint mark indicates it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which is known for producing high-quality coins. The 2022 P. nickel stands out because only a limited number were produced, making it a rarity in circulation. Coins that are rare often attract the attention of collectors and investors, leading to an increase in value over time. Now, let's talk about condition. The value of coins, including the 2022 P. Jefferson nickel, greatly depends on their condition and grading. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect coin. For our nickel, a grade of 65 or higher can significantly increase its market value. Factors like mint luster, scratches, and overall appearance play a critical role in how a coin is graded. As of now, some of these nickels have been sold at auction for upwards of $1.9 million. That's right, $1.9 million. This high market value reflects not just the coin's rarity, but also the increasing interest in coin collecting as a viable investment. Collectors are willing to pay top dollar for pieces that hold historical significance and potential future value. Include interviews or quotes from coin experts or collectors discussing the market trends. Now that we know how valuable the 2022 P. Jefferson nickel can be, let's go over how you can identify one. Look for the P. Mint mark on the reverse side of the coin. Check the overall condition. Look for any signs of wear or damage. If you find one that appears uncirculated and has that pristine shine, you might just have a small fortune in your hands. For those of you interested in collecting, here are some quick tips. First, always handle coins with care, use gloves if possible to avoid fingerprints. Second, invest in a good magnifying glass or a coin microscope to examine your coins more closely. And lastly, join coin collector forums or groups. Networking with fellow enthusiasts can lead to great insights and opportunities. Thanks for watching today's video on the incredible 2022 P Mint Mark Jefferson nickel. If you enjoyed this content and found it helpful, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more fascinating insights into the world of coin collecting. And remember, keep an eye on your change, it might just be worth more than you think. See you next time. We're diving into the fascinating world of coin collecting, and we'll be exploring why the 1995 P. Jefferson nickel has become a highly sought-after coin, with some fetching an incredible $1.5 million at auction. The Jefferson nickel has been an important part of American currency since 1938, when it replaced the Buffalo nickel. Designed by Felix Schlag, the coin features a profile of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and his home, Monticello, on the reverse. But in 1995, something special happened. The coins produced that year at the Philadelphia Mint, marked with a P, were not just ordinary nickels. Some of them had rare characteristics that now make them worth a small fortune. So, why is the 1995 P. Jefferson nickel so valuable? It all comes down to a few rare factors that only a small number of these coins possess. First, some of these coins were struck with incredibly sharp details, creating what's called a full steps coin. This refers to the steps on Monticello on the reverse side. If the steps are perfectly visible with no wear or damage, the coin becomes much rarer and more desirable to collectors. Second, mint errors. Some 1995 P. Jefferson nickels have been discovered with unusual die errors, doubling, or other rare minting mistakes that significantly increase their value. Lastly, the condition of the coin matters greatly. A high-grade, mint-condition 1995 P. Jefferson nickel can skyrocket in value compared to a circulated or worn coin. In recent years, some of these rare 1995 P. Jefferson nickels have shocked the coin collecting world by selling for jaw-dropping prices at auction. In fact, one pristine, high-grade example sold for a staggering $1.5 million. Collectors go wild for coins in perfect condition, and the 1995 P. Jefferson nickel with the right combination of full steps, mint errors, and a flawless condition can command life-changing sums. Now, the big question is, how can you tell if you have one of these valuable 1995 P. Jefferson nickels in your collection or pocket change? First, check the obverse side of the coin for the P Mint mark, which indicates it was minted in Philadelphia. Next, flip the coin over and inspect Monticello. If you can clearly see all 6 steps leading up to the building, you may have a full steps variety, which dramatically increases the coin's value. Finally, look for any mint errors or signs of doubling, which are rare but can make the coin even more valuable. If your coin appears to be in mint condition, with no major scratches or wear, it might be worth getting it professionally graded by an expert. A high-grade coin is where the big money lies. Coin grading is essential in determining the value of your 1995 P. Jefferson nickel. Professional grading services like PCGS or NGC will examine the coin's condition and assign it a grade based on factors like luster, strike, and surface preservation. A coin with a higher grade, especially one with the full steps designation, can fetch tens of thousands or even millions of dollars at auction. So, could you have a 1995 P. Jefferson nickel worth $1.5 million sitting in your pocket or change jar right now? It's possible. With a bit of luck and the right conditions, you could discover a hidden treasure that transforms your financial future. Make sure to check your coins carefully and stay tuned for more exciting stories of rare and valuable coins. Who knows, your next find could be worth millions. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on the latest coin news. Leave a comment below if you think you might have a valuable coin in your collection. Did you know that some of the coins you carry around in your pocket could be worth a small fortune? Well, today, we're going to dive into the 2000 P. Jefferson nickel, yes, a nickel that's valued at a whopping $1.6 million. Stick around because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why this coin is worth so much, what to look for, and how you can check if you've got one of these gems hiding in your loose change. Let's get started. First things first, let's talk about the Jefferson nickel itself. Introduced in 1938, this 5-cent coin replaced the Buffalo nickel and has been a staple in American currency ever since. Featuring the image of Thomas Jefferson on the front and his famous home, Monticello, on the reverse, this nickel has been in circulation for over 80 years. But not every Jefferson nickel is created equal. While most are only worth their face value, some rare varieties, like the 2000p nickel we're discussing today, can be worth a life-changing amount of money. So, why is the 2000p Jefferson nickel so valuable? Let's break it down. The P mint mark signifies that this nickel was minted in Philadelphia. But what sets this coin apart is a unique minting error, which is what collectors and experts call a full step strike. What does that mean? Well, on the reverse side of the Jefferson nickel, there's an image of Monticello. Normally, the steps leading up to Monticello are not fully visible due to the quality of the strike. However, in rare cases like the 2000p nickel, all 6 steps are perfectly struck and visible. This tiny detail makes the coin incredibly rare and valuable. It's estimated that only a handful of these perfect strikes exist, and that's why the 2000p Jefferson nickel is worth $1.6 million. Now, I bet you're wondering how you can tell if you've got one of these rare nickels sitting in your piggy bank. Don't worry, I've got you covered. First, look for the P mint mark, which will be located on the obverse side of the coin just to the right of Thomas Jefferson's portrait. If you've got a 2000p, that's your first clue. Next, flip the coin over and examine the steps of Monticello. You'll want to use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to get a clear view. If you can see all 6 steps without any interruptions, you might be looking at a full step strike, and that's where the value comes in. But remember, the condition of the coin is everything. The best and most valuable 2000p Jefferson nickels are in mint or near mint condition with no wear and tear. The fewer scratches, the better. If you think you found one of these rare 2000p Jefferson nickels, the next step is to get it professionally appraised. Coin grading services like PCGS and NGC can authenticate and grade your coin based on its condition and rarity. A full step 2000p nickel in top condition has been known to sell for up to $1.6 million at auction. But even if yours isn't in perfect condition, it could still be worth tens of thousands of dollars. So, what's the story behind the $1.6 million price tag? Well, in the world of coin collecting, there have been some truly legendary sales of rare coins, and the 2000p Jefferson nickel has been no exception. In 2019, one of these pristine, full-step 2000p Jefferson nickels was sold at auction for an incredible $1.6 million. This set a new record for the Jefferson nickel, placing it among the rarest and most valuable coins in U.S. history. So, while it might sound unbelievable, coins like these do end up in collections, and sometimes, all it takes is a keen eye and a little bit of luck to find one. Well, there you have it, the story behind the 2000p Jefferson nickel, worth a jaw-dropping $1.6 million. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone who loves hearing about rare finds, this is a great reminder that even everyday items like nickels can turn out to be incredibly valuable. So, the next time you're sifting through your change, take a closer look. You never know, you might just have a hidden treasure sitting in your pocket. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more content on rare coins and collectibles. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting! If you want to learn more about rare coins, check out the playlist on the screen, and stay tuned for more videos where we explore the fascinating world of coin collecting. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into a special coin that might just blow your mind, one that could be sitting in your pocket change or hiding in your collection. I'm talking about the 2008 D. Jefferson nickel, which has a market value of, wait for it, a jaw-dropping $1.8 million. Yes, you heard that right, a nickel worth millions. Let's get into why this coin is so special and what makes it worth such an astronomical amount. To understand why this 2008 D. Jefferson nickel is so valuable, we first need to know a little about the history of the Jefferson nickel. Introduced in 1938, the nickel has gone through several changes over the years, but none of them would prepare collectors for the rare gem that came out of the Denver Mint in 2008. So, let's rewind the clock a bit and talk about the evolution of the Jefferson nickel. Since 1938, these coins have featured the iconic image of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse, or front side, and Monticello, Jefferson's estate, on the reverse. But in 2008, something quite unexpected happened at the Denver Mint. 2008 was a transitional year for U.S. coins. While nothing dramatic changed in the appearance of the nickel, this particular year brought about some of the most elusive and rare errors ever found in a modern coin. Now, the 2008 D. Jefferson nickel that we're talking about today isn't just any ordinary coin. This coin owes its incredible value to a unique minting error that happened at the Denver Mint. These kinds of errors are rare, but when they occur, they can cause coins to skyrocket in value. So, what exactly happened to make this coin worth $1.8 million? Well, experts believe that a very limited number of these coins were struck on a planchet, meaning the blank piece of metal intended for another denomination. Essentially, this nickel may have been struck on a planchet designed for a different coin, causing significant weight and metal composition differences. This kind of error is extremely hard to come by, which is why collectors go crazy for it. Only a handful of these error coins were ever discovered, and even fewer have surfaced in near-perfect condition. The 2008 D. Jefferson nickel that sold for $1.8 million was in near-pristine condition. And when it comes to coin collecting, condition is everything. In this case, the coin was graded by a professional grading service as being in mint state, or MS condition, meaning it was nearly flawless when it was discovered. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect, flawless coin. The 2008 D. Jefferson nickel we're talking about today was graded incredibly high, which is a key reason why it fetched such an astonishing price at auction. But it's not just about condition. Rarity plays a massive role too. As I mentioned earlier, only a few of these error nickels were minted, making them one of the rarest Jefferson nickels ever produced. So, how can you tell if you have one of these rare coins? There are a few key characteristics to look for. First, check the mint mark. The D mint mark signifies that the coin was struck at the Denver Mint. This is located just to the right of Thomas Jefferson's portrait on the obverse side. Next, weigh the coin. One of the telltale signs of a mint error is the weight of the coin being slightly off. A standard Jefferson nickel should weigh about 5 grams. If yours weighs noticeably more or less, it could be an indication that you have a rare error coin. And of course, the condition is important. Even if your coin has the mint error, its value will depend heavily on how well preserved it is. Coins with minimal wear and tear are far more valuable. Now, let's talk money, serious money. In 2021, one of these rare 2008 D. Jefferson nickels sold at auction for an eye-popping $1.8 million. This set a record for modern nickels, and experts believe that the value of these coins could continue to rise as more collectors seek out these rare gems. Even lesser quality 2008 D error nickels have sold for impressive amounts. Coins with slight wear but still featuring the same mint error have fetched tens of thousands of dollars, making it a highly sought-after coin in any condition. So, do you think you might have one of these million-dollar coins hiding in your collection? It's time to take a closer look at your nickels. Who knows, you might be sitting on a small fortune. If you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more rare coin news and tips. And if you happen to discover a rare 2008 D. Jefferson nickel, drop a comment below.
Hey there,
I'd
coin
love to hear
collectors
your
and
story.
treasure hunters.
Welcome back to the channel where we uncover the rarest and most valuable coins in circulation today. If you're holding on to your loose change or checking out your coin collection, stop what you're doing. Because today, we're talking about a hidden gem, the 1981 P. Jefferson nickel that could be worth a jaw-dropping $1.1 million. First, let's talk about the history behind the 1981 P. Jefferson nickel. Introduced back in 1938, the Jefferson nickel has been a staple of American currency for decades, featuring the iconic image of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and his home, Monticello, on the reverse. But in 1981, something special happened. The U.S. Mint in Philadelphia produced millions of nickels, but some of those coins were struck with minor errors or variations that make them incredibly valuable today. And when I say valuable, I mean it, we're talking over $1 million. So, what exactly makes the 1981 P. Jefferson nickel so valuable? Well, several factors play into its worth. First, there's the mint mark. Coins struck at the Philadelphia Mint bear the P mint mark, and in 1981, this particular minting had some unique characteristics. We're talking about potential mint errors like die cracks, weak strikes, or even off-center minting that can significantly increase the coin's value. The most valuable 1981 P. Jefferson nickels are often those that exhibit these rare errors. Collectors are constantly searching for coins that have these imperfections because they're so scarce, and that's what drives the price through the roof. Now, before you get too excited and start thinking you're sitting on a goldmine, let's talk about grading. The condition of your coin plays a huge role in determining its value. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70 by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC. The higher the grade, the more perfect the coin, and the more valuable it becomes. A 1981 P. Jefferson nickel in pristine, uncirculated condition, graded around MS67 or higher, could be worth upwards of $1 million, especially if it features one of those rare mint errors. Even if your coin isn't perfect, it can still be worth a lot, so it's always a good idea to get your nickels checked by a professional grader. Now, here's the part you've been waiting for, the cold hard cash. Just how much can this coin fetch at auction? In recent years, a high-grade 1981 P. Jefferson nickel with rare errors has sold for an astonishing $1.1 million. That's right, collectors have paid over $1 million for this seemingly ordinary coin. That's why coin hunting is so exciting. What may seem like pocket change to most people could turn into a life-changing fortune if you know what to look for. So, how can you find one of these valuable 1981 P. Jefferson nickels? It might be easier than you think. Start by checking your pocket change, piggy banks, or old coin collections. You never know, your next trip to the grocery store or your family's collection of coins might hold one of these treasures. Look closely at the mint mark and condition of the coin. If you suspect you have a rare error coin, it's worth getting it appraised by a professional. So, could you be holding a 1981 P. Jefferson nickel worth over $1 million? There's only one way to find out: start searching. If you've enjoyed learning about this rare and valuable coin, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more amazing coin finds. And don't forget to turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our future videos. Who knows? The next coin we talk about might be sitting right in your pocket. Could you imagine having a coin in your pocket that's worth not just a few cents, but a jaw-dropping $1.2 million? Yes, we're talking about the 1984 P. Jefferson nickel, a seemingly ordinary coin that holds extraordinary value for collectors around the world. So, why is this particular nickel worth such an astonishing amount? The Jefferson nickel has been a staple of American currency since 1938. With its iconic depiction of President Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello, his Virginia home, on the reverse, the nickel is one of the most widely recognized coins in circulation today, but not all Jefferson nickels are created equal. Some, like the 1984 P. mint mark, are incredibly rare and valuable. Let's dive into what makes this coin so special. In 1984, millions of Jefferson nickels were minted in Philadelphia, as indicated by the P. mint mark. However, not all of them were minted perfectly. A rare few featured striking errors that went unnoticed by the general public at the time. These mint errors can range from off-center strikes to double die varieties, both of which are sought after by serious collectors. Coins with significant errors, especially in such high grades, become incredibly valuable due to their rarity. The 1984 P. Jefferson nickel we're discussing today is one such example. When it comes to coins, condition is everything. A 1984 P. Jefferson nickel in flawless, uncirculated condition can command astronomical prices. The most valuable coins are often those graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC, which assign a grade based on the coin's condition. One particular 1984 P. Jefferson nickel, graded MS67 by PCGS, holds the record for the highest price ever paid for this coin, $1.2 million. So, what makes this coin worth $1.2 million? There are a few key factors. Coins in mint state condition with no blemishes are extremely rare. The 1984 P. Jefferson nickel in question is one of the finest known examples. This particular coin features an error that adds to its scarcity, making it a prime target for collectors. Jefferson nickels, especially those with unique characteristics, have become increasingly popular among numismatists, driving up the value for the rarest coins. Asterisk as time goes on, these coins become even more valuable due to their age and connection to American history. The 1984 P. Jefferson nickel made headlines when it was sold at auction for a whopping $1.2 million. This sale set a record for the highest price ever paid for a Jefferson nickel, and it stunned the coin collecting world. Asterisk it wasn't just the coin's rarity that drove the price sky high, it was also the intense competition among collectors who wanted to own a piece of history. Asterisk now, before you start checking your pocket change, it's important to know that finding one of these rare 1984 P. Jefferson nickels is like finding a needle in a haystack. But, who knows? You might just get lucky. Asterisk if you do happen to come across one, make sure to have it professionally graded and evaluated by a numismatic expert. Coin collecting is more than just a hobby, it's a journey into the past, a connection to history, and, in some cases, a potential goldmine. The 1984 P. Jefferson nickel is a perfect example of how even the most common-looking coins can be worth a fortune. Asterisk so, next time you get a nickel in your change, take a closer look, you might just be holding a piece of numismatic treasure. Asterisk thanks for watching. If you love learning about rare coins and the stories behind them, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss out on our latest videos. Who knows? Maybe your next great discovery is just a coin away. We're diving deep into a coin that's not just a piece of metal but a treasure trove worth a jaw-dropping $1.4 million, the 1992 D. Jefferson nickel. You heard that right. A nickel you might find in your pocket change could be worth a life-changing fortune. Today, we'll explore why this seemingly ordinary coin has skyrocketed in value and how you can potentially spot one of these valuable nickels. Before we get into what makes the 1992 D. Jefferson nickel special, let's take a brief trip down memory lane to understand the importance of the Jefferson nickel. The Jefferson nickel first came into circulation in 1938 as a replacement for the Buffalo nickel. It features an iconic design of Thomas Jefferson on the front, or obverse, and his Monticello home on the reverse. Over the years, millions of Jefferson nickels have been minted, but the 1992 D nickel has gained rare status due to some interesting factors. Now, let's talk about the key factors that give this 1992 D Jefferson nickel its massive value. The 1992 D Jefferson nickel was minted in Denver, as indicated by the D mint mark. At first glance, it might seem like any other nickel minted that year, but here's where things get fascinating. What sets the 1992 D nickel apart is its combination of rarity, exceptional condition, and minting errors. Let's break it down. While millions of Jefferson nickels were minted in 1992, only a small fraction from the Denver mint have been found in pristine condition. Coins that remain in mint state condition, with no wear and tear, are incredibly rare. Collectors and investors will pay a premium for nickels that show no signs of handling. Another reason this coin has skyrocketed in value is due to unique minting errors. In some cases, slight design or production flaws increase the coin's desirability. Whether it's a misaligned die, doubling of certain details, or unusual strikes, these minting errors add a layer of rarity that drives up the value. The grade of the coin is also a huge factor in determining its market value. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with a 70 being a perfect coin. Many of the 1992 D. Jefferson nickels that fetch top dollar are graded MS68 or higher. The better the condition, the more it's worth. A 1992 D. Jefferson nickel in mint state 68 or mint state 69 can be worth a small fortune. But achieving such high grades is rare, which is why collectors are willing to spend millions for the perfect specimen. So, how can you tell if the 1992 D. Jefferson nickel you have could be worth $1 million? First, look for the D mint mark *** just to the right of Jefferson's portrait. This indicates it was minted in Denver. Next, examine the coin under magnification to check for any minting errors. You're looking for things like doubling, weak strikes, or other anomalies that make your coin unique. If your coin is in mint state or has any of these special characteristics, it's worth getting it professionally graded. Even the cost of grading is a small price to pay when the coin could be worth millions. Now, let's get to the numbers. Some of these rare 1992 D. Jefferson nickels have fetched jaw-dropping prices at auction. In recent years, a mint state 1992 D. Jefferson nickel ** with unique minting errors sold for an astounding $1.4 million at auction. These coins are coveted by collectors and investors who recognize their rarity and historical significance. So, what does this mean for you? Well, if you're like most people, you probably have a few nickels lying around, maybe in a jar or your pocket. Who knows? One of those nickels could be a hidden treasure worth millions. Take a moment to look through your change. Keep an eye out for the 1992 D. Jefferson nickel, and remember, even if it looks like just another coin, it could be a rare piece worth millions. Thanks for joining us on this treasure hunt into the world of the 1992 D. Jefferson nickel. These coins are a reminder that sometimes, the most valuable treasures are hiding in plain sight. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, always keep an eye out for rare coins like this. You never know when you might find the. Can a humble quarter really be worth over $1 million? Believe it or not, there's one elusive 2000 no-mint Mark Washington quarter that's making waves in the coin collecting world, fetching an astonishing $1.4 million at auction. Hello, fellow coin collectors and curious minds. Today, we're diving deep into the mystery of the 2000 Washington quarter with no mint mark, a coin that might just make you a millionaire. Yes, you heard that right. This quarter could be hiding in your pocket change, and it's worth a mind-blowing $1.4 million. Before we unravel the story behind this highly valuable coin, let's break down a few things about the Washington quarter itself. First minted in 1932, the Washington quarter was designed to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Since then, it's become a cornerstone of American coinage, with billions of them produced each year. Most of the 2000 quarters were produced at two locations, the Philadelphia Mint, represented by the P Mint mark, and the Denver Mint, shown by the D mark. However, a rare few were minted without any mark at all, hence, the no mint mark designation. That's where this story takes an incredible twist. So, why is this missing mint mark such a big deal? Well, coins that lack a mint mark are often mistakes, errors from the minting process that collectors highly prize. In the case of the 2000 no-mint Mark Washington quarter, its rarity and a series of fortunate events have made it one of the most sought-after error coins in history. Now you're probably wondering, what makes this particular coin worth so much? Let's break it down. There are three main factors that determine the value of rare coins: rarity, condition, and demand. Let's start with rarity. The 2000 Washington quarter with no mint mark is believed to be a rare minting error, meaning only a limited number of these quarters were ever released into circulation. The scarcity of this coin is one of the key reasons why it's so valuable. Next, there's the condition. Coins that are in pristine condition, also known as mint state, command the highest prices. If you happen to find one of these no mint mark quarters and it's in near perfect condition, it could be worth a small fortune. Collectors and investors alike are willing to pay top dollar for coins like these. And finally, there's demand. Rare coins have become a hot commodity in recent years, with collectors from around the world willing to pay staggering amounts for unique finds. At a recent auction, one 2000 no-mint Mark Washington quarter in mint condition sold for an unbelievable $1.4 million. Imagine that. A quarter you could have picked up as change from a grocery store is now worth more than $1 million. It's a reminder that the world of coins is full of surprises, and you never know when a rare and valuable piece of history might come your way. Handling these coins with care is crucial, especially if you suspect you found a rare one. Protect it with a soft cloth and store it in a case to avoid scratches or damage. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, the world of rare coins is full of excitement and potential discoveries. And who knows? That 2000 no-mint Mark Washington quarter in your pocket might just be your ticket to $1 million payday. So, check your change, folks. That quarter you've been ignoring might be a hidden treasure. If you liked this video and want to learn more about valuable coins, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. We've got plenty more coin discoveries to share with you.